Make sure you go and check out this video. I just recently posted this video. Some really good commentary. The link will be in the description box as well as the comment section. Make sure you go and check it out. Like the video, even comment on it. All right. What's going on, everybody? Jada Black here, back with another video. Shout out to everybody that is tuning in. I want to talk about Amare Stoudemire. Okay. Now he was in the news maybe a couple of months ago. I think I even did a video on it. His side piece got pregnant, had a child, and he ended up having to pay child support. She went to court to get more and more child support from him. And at the time, he was playing basketball in Israel, because for those of you who don't know, Amare Stoudemire he's basically a Hebrew Israelite. Okay. And he's he's playing in Israel. I don't know if he's living there, but he's playing there. And now, months later, he is filing for divorce. He's leaving his wife, okay? And they're saying that the child that he had with the other woman could be the problem. I think it could be that the wife was a financial burden and he would rather just not deal with her. But we're going to see. According to theblast.com, ex-NBA star Amare Stoudemire has filed for divorce from his wife of nearly 6 years, a little more than a year after the revelation he fathered a love child came to light. I want you to understand, it's very rare to see one of these former pro athletes file for divorce. It is very rare because you just don't see it. Because most of the time these guys, okay, are getting divorced, but he's filing for divorce. According to court documents obtained by The Blast, the former NBA star filed a petition for dissolution of marriage with minor children against Alexis Welch. The NBA star has been dating Alexis since the early 2000s, and the two finally made it official with a wedding in 2012. He was dating other women in between too. They're out there. They share 4 kids together, Ari, Amare Jr., and Asada. And their youngest son, Elijah, was born in 2013. Alexis has yet to file a response to Stoudemire's divorce petition, nor does she have a lawyer listed as representing her as of yet. Of course, because she don't want to divorce Amare. He wanted to divorce her. The case is still open and the divorce has yet to be finalized. The split comes after it was revealed Stoudemire fathered a love child with a Florida woman named Quinn Lovett. Back in April of 2017, Lovett sued Stoudemire for paternity and sought child support for a baby girl named Zoe Renee, who had been born the previous year. Stoudemire responded to the suit by admitting he could be the father and revealing that he had been paying the woman temporary child support without a court order. Lovett accused him of not being involved with the pregnancy and demanded that he be ordered to pay child support. So he was giving her money under the table, but she like, that ain't good enough. You need to pay more. You need to be more involved. I'm trying to figure out, if you are a side piece, how can you demand somebody to be more active in a child's life when you're basically going behind the wife's back and messing with her husband? And then you get pregnant and have his child. He's not single, right? But again, that's Amare Stoudemire's fault. He put himself in that particular situation. He put himself in a particular situation to embarrassingly have it revealed that he has this love child outside of his marriage. Let's see. Lovett accused him. I read that. The case dragged on for months, but eventually settled in October of 2017 once a DNA test came back confirming that Stoudemire was indeed the father of the baby girl. Terms of the settlement were sealed from the public. Amare has a lot at stake in the divorce. He made $161 million during his 15-year NBA career. After leaving the NBA, he signed a deal to play for an Israeli pro basketball team in Jerusalem. There's a lot at stake, and I think Stoudemire wants to be single again, even though he has children by this woman. He has children by his wife, Alexis, and for him to be dissolving a marriage lets me know that something must have occurred recently. Something must have occurred to where he feels like he has no choice but to file for divorce. Because it's very rare that you see one of these athletes file for divorce first. You just don't see it. So obviously either she stepped out on him and he found out about it, or he just wants to be single again. Maybe he wants to be with his new baby mother or his newest baby mother. You know, maybe they're still messing around. We don't know. You haven't heard anything from her ever since since he was found out to be the father and he began, I believe, paying child support. You know, maybe he's looking at the whole situation and wants to be free of everything. You know, it's very interesting how these events happen with Amare. You know, he got married in 2013 and then he got with this particular female, got her pregnant. She had the baby in 2017. He's ordered to pay child support. He pays child support, and you know, he gets the paternity test, and now he's paying support. And then the next year, he gets a divorce in January. I think he just wants to be to himself, you know. Now, I don't know Alexis' financial situation. She doesn't have a lawyer. It just seems to me that this was something that pretty much probably came out of nowhere. I believe she was blindsided by this. I believe the reason why she hasn't filed representation is because she doesn't want to get divorced. You see, it's crazy because women usually are prepared for divorce. They've already left. They've already hired a lawyer. They've already done the research. They already got, what they're asking for already typed up. Custody, the house, a certain amount of spousal support each month, child support. They already have that stuff organized. This looks to me like a situation where he doesn't want to be married anymore. I think he wants to be single again. Because remember, he's been dating this woman since the early 2000s, but they married in 2012, right when his NBA career was wrapping up. Okay? But he was dating other women in between. That's what's interesting. He was dating other women in between that. Amare he had the talent, especially when he had a point guard. Like, I think Amare Stoudemire, athletically, his career-wise, was at his best when he was with the Phoenix Suns. When he went to the Knicks, it was a total disaster. The team had no direction. He wasn't able to be the player he was. And those knee injuries didn't help. So I think that this situation just shows you how marriage doesn't mean anything anymore. I don't understand why women want to get married. Either you're going to be filing for divorce or he's going to be filing for divorce. Now, I know, again, you're going to have people that's going to say, well, these people are rich. You're not those people. Well, let me tell you something. Divorce is divorce. You still have that on your record. There are men who still, let's say that y'all share a house together or a car, you're still going to have to divvy up what you have. Let's say y'all have kids together. She's probably going to get primary custody, so you still have a lot at stake. You don't get away scot-free if you marry a woman and break up with her, divorce her. You're going to lose something. Okay? I just think that in this situation, don't matter if somebody is rich or broke, you're going to lose something when it comes to marriage. He has children by his wife, or now ex-wife. So I don't know if he's going to file for primary custody. Probably not. I think he should file for at least 50-50. But either this woman is really in love with Amare, because remember, she stood by Amare when it was first reported that he got this woman pregnant and he was a father. She stood by him. Now, I don't know if she gave him a hard time. I don't know if the relationship's been toxic ever since, because Amare is a bit of a different guy. Again, I told y'all how the guy, basically said that he was a black Jew or Hebrew Israelite a couple of years ago. He's a different kind of guy, man. I would just say that. He's just a different kind of guy. So it would not surprise me Okay? If the relationship has been toxic ever since it was discovered that he had this love child outside of the marriage, and his wife, I believe, gave him a very hard time, but she was going to stick it out with him because he still has money. This lets me know that he still has money. If the money started to dry up, she would have left. But I believe Amare probably has been taking care of his money. That's why he was able to pay this woman under the table until she wanted him to be more quote unquote involved, which means she wants him to be around her more. I tell y'all, some of these women will use their kids just to get these men who don't want to be with them, you know? And I think that Amare, I think the situation has been toxic ever since. And I think he probably said to himself, after the holidays, I'm going to file for divorce. And that's what he did. Because I don't think any man should be in a situation where he's toxic. But again, Amare brought this on himself. You know, you've been with this woman, Alexis, since the early 2000s. She married you. She's dealt with you through all these different other relationships you had. Even this situation. Now, we don't know what happened between them, but it must have been toxic enough for him to get... It had to be a very bad situation for Amare to file for divorce. But Amare did this to himself. Amare has to be accountable for his actions. When you're going out there and you having unprotected sex with different females or thizots, and you get them pregnant, bro, that's a dumb decision. That's a very dumb decision. I don't understand why these athletes are having unprotected sex when there's so many opportunities to have protected sex, to wear condoms. But you don't, because you're sloppy, because you're thirsty, because you're weak. You just have to have unprotected sex with these women. And then when they get pregnant, you act like you don't want to pay child support. You don't know if the kid is yours. Well, this kid is yours and you got to take care of it. This is the situation that Amare has put himself in. And that is why I believe he's filing for divorce, because I believe that marriage has been toxic ever since. And he doesn't want it to get too bad, because you got the kids there too. So they have to deal with that too. But it must have been very bad for him to file for divorce from his wife.